Oh, I did this thing where I started a sentence and didn't finish it. Ah, well, you know, 4 battles is basically 5 battles. I could do it like before, like if I record, especially because I'm not similar to Kanto Cup, I don't see myself spacing up my teams too much. If I record enough, I can just ditch the first one. If I don't, it's close enough to being a full set to actually like use for content and all that. Alright. We are here for Go Battle League, and I'm just gonna jump right into it if no one minds. Go Battle League, set 1. Greeting West, this Jacket K, and we're doing more battling on our Go Battle League session today. For those of you just in the loop, the week I am recording is a Catch Cup, which is a special theme where the only Pokemon you're allowed to use is typical Great League rules, I should emphasize first and foremost, but you can only use Pokemon that you caught during the period of time the Season 5 has taken place. So basically since the start of Little Cup to now. And as you may be able to tell by the little preview up there, I did get a nice little team together. It's not the most balanced team in the world, but I definitely, each one of those Pokemon are Pokemon that I would recommend for Great League, and Pokemon I never used before. So it's kind of interesting to bring them all together for one special set. The only downside is like I said, I think the coverage could be better. I don't know though. Like, it had a rough start, but last I used the team, it was doing pretty good. I mean, quite a few sets. No legendary Pokemon since, like, I think it was Kanto Cup when I got the last legendary. Oh, there we go. For secondary, I thought we had, like, no people today. Or my internet was that. Oh, you poor unfortunate soul. Bringing Electrode into this fine mess. I mean, I guess I shouldn't take it too lightly, but I'm also, like, my guard's been lowered a little, I'm not gonna lie. Which is why I should shield. Ooh. I just did that on a whim. That certainly paid off though. Question is, now that I know what will happen, do I switch to swap? I think I'm gonna go one more. No, well, the game let me. I mean, the game did register what I initially tapped, although in the period time frame of the lag, I did have a second thought, and that kind of resulted in the find how you do mess that we happen to be in today. Not quite enough for a solar beam, but maybe I can trick out my opponent to actually getting some fancy maneuvering to get that last shield at the very least. I mean, I wasted some Thunder Day energy, but I guess it was worth it to bait the shield. Who do I bring in now? I don't think my Wigglytuff can out-charm a Clefable, but I mean, maybe I got a bit of a health start, so maybe? I think more importantly, if I can like clear the way for the Pokemon in the back. I do have a Shadow Pokemon. If I can get in here on the right thing, then it's pretty much game, set, match. Though I almost have enough energy for that Ice Beam. Fine play. Was a little worried about making that sort of play, but seemed to pay off. And it's a nice Steel type. I think like whatever I bring out, it's not gonna. Either charge move wouldn't be that great. So I guess it's a matter of if this is gonna buy too much time for my opponent to get too much energy to unleash on this Shadow Hypno. Also, I just realized I have Confusion Ice Punch, so maybe I have lost this match before I even won. Yeah, it's a decent chunk of damage, and I don't think my Ice Punch is going to be doing that much in return. Oh, and they had that energy saved up right away. Well, you win some, you lose some after all. And I might as well emphasize again, as I'm part of the reason, but definitely an excuse more than a reason, that the stream is running a little later today, was I took part in the Legendary Raid Hour. Today was a pretty interesting day with the combination of the Raid Hour and time zones all in the mix. Now, you think I forced a swap here because Ice Punch is predictable, but I guess the true thing about Hypno is that it's never truly predictable because it can have so many moves. I respect Hypno as a competitive Great League Pokemon, but I don't respect it as a design for a Pokemon and the lore that the game companies decided to put behind it. On a tangent of Kanto Cup and this music, you want to hear some fun trivia about some of the past Kanto games? There's a Game Boy Advance remake called Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. And you can't even blame this game for it, because like some of the Pokedex entries and the anime kind of add up to it as well. But there's like an optional, there's like a side quest area that they add on in the game called the Sapphire Islands. And one of the things you have to do is basically go on an escort mission to try and... Oh, you know what, I probably should have stayed in with Cherim, like, probably be a little bit better of an option than the Skarmory here. As I was saying, no, in the Sapphire Islands, there's the little girl that gets lost. So you have to go into the woods to find her, and she's just collecting berries, minding her own business, and guess what Pokemon just comes out of the bushes to scare her? Hypno. And the way you presented it and everything, like, it was not an accident. They knew exactly what they were doing, and I don't like it! And I don't like Hypno because of the way things they do with Hypno in Pokemon media as a whole. It is not cool, Pokemon Company. But I guess that makes Hypno, it makes it more appropriate that my Hypno is an evil Hypno instead of just a normal Hypno. I hope this is looking... Oh, I guess I still have one shield, and they have no shield, so if I get to a Solar Beam, I win? We'll see if that's the right play. It's just a matter of if I can have enough time to get up to a Solar Beam before they get their charge move. Thankfully for me, that is not an issue whatsoever. Oh man, now I got talking about Fire Leaf Green, and it's just... Of course I don't think of these commentary topics when I'm actually playing Let's Go Eevee. I think of them in a Pokemon Go video of all things. But man, like, I respect what Let's Go Eevee did, but like every time I play it, I think about the remakes that came before it. It's most specifically because of that extra content. Some people would call it filler, but I respect it. Like, I like it when remakes actually add on to things that actually feel, especially if they feel just like a natural progression in the story. Because, like, I mean, come on, in the original game, you were just like going directly from the Citadar Gym directly to the Brilliant Gym, and usually they like these games like put something in between, anything in between, and this is a perfect example of that. The first section of Sapphire Islands they added in was honestly like perfectly put in right when they needed to, and even though there's way more than what you're forced to do, it's all optional post-game stuff after that, and I just think that's neat. Like, plus it makes much more sense for Moltres to be up on a volcano than it does to have Moltres like in the middle of a cave or something like that. Just cool little things like that. And plus I have to, like, it's been a long time since I had heard this trivia, so I have to dig it out to fact check it. But I'm pretty sure there's an interview or something that's saying that Sapphire Island was originally going to be content in the original Red, Blue, maybe even like the original Green and Red. But it was scrapped, mostly because of space constraints. So it was basically just like fully realizing the full game. And then like Let's Go Eevee comes along and they're like, no, you can't have this anymore because we want to make this game for Kanto purists. And I'm like, dude, that was original Kanto content, and you just go ahead and dump it out the wayside because Gen 1ers have nothing better to do. I'm weird in that weird spectrum where I'm like, I played the original Red and Blue, I liked the original Red, blue, even yellow. But man, I'm just like... I like the game, I like the Kanto region, but that's all the more reason I like when they add things to the Kanto region. Especially like the evolutions, like one of my biggest complaints with Fire Red and Leaf Green, minus the music. But actually this is probably more annoying than the music in that game. What's the thing they did with evolutions? Like they were so focused on like being a pure Kanto experience of the original 151 Pokemon. There was Pokemon in that 151 that got so much better because they added an extra evolution to them in like Gen 4 and that. Some in Gen 2, but a lot of them in Gen 4. And they just like get ignored. Okay, I just realized I contradicted myself because I'm talking about Gen 3 game. But I mean, like there was some Gen 2 evolutions that they could have implemented in Fire Red Leaf Green. Just look at him, you know... Look at Crobat. Look at Onix. I think like Golbat is the most annoying one because I actually tried to use a Golbat because that was the first game that I tried to use the Golbat evolutionary line. So I was really excited to use a Crobat, and I like got his friendship up all the way, did the stuff, and I even got the way they do it too is such a tease. Like if you like get enough friendship with your Golbat before it actually evolves before you actually get the National Pokedex, the game goes like, oh, what is this? Your Golbat's evolving, and then like out of the blue it just stutters the evolution right in the spot and says something's really stupid like, oh, some weird thing went on and your Golbat couldn't evolve. All these years later, and I'm still salty about that, believe it or not. That's kind of a waste. Speaking of wasting, man, I feel like part of me feels like I should have brought my Trim up earlier, but we did at least burn through all their shields early on. So like one Water Ball is gonna finish this thing off right away. But I don't know if I'm gonna need the shields for like the last Pokemon or that. That's the thing, I think this is the first Pokemon. So we still have a long road to climb back up. And I'm not sure if it like burns things up too far in advance. Something, yeah, I kind of figured out what happened, but it is worth a try. I mean, if I can get to my Ice Beam before they get to their Water Ball, we can still win this, and even if not... Ooh, I like this exchange. Oh, what am I doing? I could have gone for the freaking Play Rough and won the battle. I mean, at least I still have a healthy Cherum in the back. And that almost took care of it anyways. Wow, we like, even though I misplayed hard, we almost took care of that freaking Machoke with the freaking Ice Beam. And that's just the way my mood is right now, just all over the place and hyped. Speaking of being all over and random in the place, I like my new coasters. Maybe to fill out this episode a little bit longer, I'll showcase them real quick. I mean, like, if you've been following this channel long enough, you know you're not really here. You're here for the random shenanigans I do along the way as much as I am the Pokemon battles. Oh, man! I mean, that hype got taken a little away when I just realized I did, like, 4 to 5 Assault raids right before going live for these battles. But I mean, still, like, it's been a long time since I got the Legendary out of here. Like, I mean, I definitely could have used things like a Cobalion and a Terrakion a little bit more. But this is still really cool, and it's definitely a rare occurrence to get. And more importantly, like, gives hopes to the viewers at home that, yeah, for this Season 5, you can get up to rank 7, and even though, like, it may not be as rare as you like, you could still get those legendaries. They still exist, I swear. Speaking of which, where is the button? We might as well see how good this thing is while we're here. Yeah, pretty good. Not the best one I've ever gotten, though. wrong screen. And while we're in the air, I want to showcase my fun coasters I got. For those who don't follow me, I get a lot of content off Redbubble. Because, like, artists I follow on YouTube and that, I can, like, pretty much get their artwork on anything I want. And part of that money goes right to the content creators. What am I doing? I should be doing this in reverse order. This is one of MalMakes' more recent paintings of the Donkey Kong Country Island. It's got all these details to it on the ship, and as you can see, the coasters are pretty good quality stuff. It's not just like a piece of paper that they put over a cup and call a coaster. Like, it'll actually protect your stuff and not only will it not break after one use, but it'll actually protect your table. And the second one here, I think you guys are gonna be a bit more interested in, because this is of National Park from Pokemon Gold and Silver. It's got this beautiful sunset setting and all that. Shout outs to MalMake, by the way, or MalMakes. Her entire YouTube channel is just like painting video game inspired pieces. She does mostly scenery stuff based on video games. No, so that's like where she specializes, if you can't tell from the national park stuff and that. You know what? I'm gonna end the episode off here for the YouTube audience. But this just gave me a pretty good idea I want to try out. On stream may not be the best place to do it, but I mean, like, no one's really gonna care at this point. If it gets too thing, I think you guys can figure out what I'm trying to do. If I could somehow, like, get it a little better of an angle to get the whole thing in. You know what? I've started a bit, so I'm committed to finishing the bit. The top here. Should have something that fits. No, that's right. Ever since Gen 6, they made all the flying Pokemon fly. And never strayed away from any other models. Only because they wanted to have it thematically make sense for a flying cup rule set they had in the main series game for one generation, never revisit again, but Pokemon Company ever since recycled the models, so we are stuck with we are stuck with the consequences of a one-time gimmick. That's interesting in completely different reasons. Anyways, I got way too sidetracked. So, if you're watching the videos, check out my stream. I think I'll have an abridged version and a full version of just my shenanigans there. So if you want to see more AR shots on the stream, check it out there. But with that out of the way though, I think it's about time to go on to another set of battles. Don't you think?